Be unstoppable is a mindset that if you hear it, you own it. And you look for a way every single day to surprise and delight the customer, not because you have to, but because you want to. And the surprise and delight doesn't have to cost money, but it does have to be intentional and consistent. So I want to let you know, I love my UPS store. That's right, my UPS store. About 5 years ago, I needed to get a mailbox at the UPS store in Summerport Village in Windermere, Florida. And when we set up the box, it was a great experience. And when I go in to pick up my mail, I am greeted by Sue and Mary. They both have worked there a long time, but over the last 5 years, we've gotten to know each other. And I check in and say, how's it going? How are you doing? And they ask me if I have any books that I've written or just what's going on in my life. And what I realized, being unstoppable is being consistent and intentional to look for a way to move from communication to connection. So when I really talk about being unstoppable, I think it comes down to three things. Number one, it's identifying what is the mindset, the skill set, and the will set that is critically important to thrive and flourish in the midst of uncertainty. The second thing, it's moving from customer service, which is sometimes perceived as a department, to customer love, and really looking for that opportunity to connect to what's important to the customer. And then the third thing I think that is so critical is looking for consistent ways to say, how do we meet the customer where they are and exceed their expectation? How do we look for opportunities to ensure that they receive what they want every single day? So I'll give you an example. I went into my UPS store. That's right, I say my UPS store because I told my friends about my store. They're small business owners as well. And I'm like, why in the world would you go to the post office or FedEx or any place else? Just go to the UPS store. It's one-stop shop. But more importantly, it's the experience where they give you options, especially if you need to ship something. So a couple of days ago, I was shipping 2 heavy boxes of books to a client. And Mary happened to ask me, she said, what's in the box? I said, you know what? I've got books in the box. And I said, I got some paper in there so, it doesn't move around. And she said, you know what? Not only is there a better way to package this, but there's also 3 options for you to consider. How fast do you want to get it there? And here's some other things to consider. And I was like, what? And I just love the fact that she took ownership in that moment to say, here is something to consider as you ship your books. And so now, instead of me going other places to ship, I just go to a UPS store and try to do everything right there. So being unstoppable is never settling for the way it's always been done, but looking for the opportunity to say, how do we help this customer right now, where they are? And that becomes an emotional deposit into their emotional bank account. And as the interest begins to accrue in the account, me, the small business owner, I become the unofficial marketing department for my UPS store, Summerport Village, Windermere, Florida. So I love UPS store. I think it is absolutely brilliant.